Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's Dr. Hyena, and welcome back to another video. So, today we'll be continuing the Mosaic Survival Q&A series, and let's just jump right into it. So, first question, I get asked this a lot. Will there be babies and growth in Mosaic Survival? So, the answer to that is no. I don't have any real interest in adding growth to this game, especially not forced growth, as I feel it's pretty boring. And, with mammals especially, they're born very reliant on their parents or family groups to keep them alive, which is a luxury you might not actually have in game if you get separated from them, or if there's just no others of your species on the server. So, you know I personally don't want to add this to the game, and therefore it will not be added. So, yeah. Alright. And speaking of things that will be added to the game, next question is, when will the next playable animal be added? So, I actually don't know the answer to this. With adding new playable animals, especially, it's a lot more complicated than NPC animals, because you do have to kind of make all the different animations for them that might not be necessary for NPCs, such as different idle actions like resting, eating, drinking, jumping, all kinds of stuff, right? So you know it is something that takes quite a while to do, but work on the next playable animal will probably begin in about a month from now, from the time I'm recording this video. So, yeah. Alright. Next question, also one I get pretty frequently. Um, why does the map have issues? So, this includes stuff like floating grass, weird terrain, etc. This is because, of course, the game is in very early stages. It's still in public beta. It's not at full release yet. So, for probably some time, it is going to have its issues. But of course, as time goes on, they will eventually be fixed. So, if any of you guys are actually interested in helping out with that, just because there is so much on my plate, I don't have time to do it all immediately. Be sure to join the Discord, shoot me a DM, show me any of your previous map work, and I'll be happy to invite you onto studio, and you can make whatever sort of cleanup changes, if you will, that you like. And yeah, that'd be fantastic. So if you guys have that kind of skill set, do let me know, and I'm sure we can continue from there. All right. Next question. When will the next update be? So I'm not sure exactly when that'll be, but I can tell you what it'll be. So we will probably be getting AI hartebeests pretty soon. Um, so this is to add some more life to the open sort of savanna areas of the map. Um, so if you notice right now with the AI eland herds, right, they stick to wooded areas just like real elands do. They're not much of an open plains animal in real life, and so they're not in game. At least the giant eland, um, which is the species that occurs in Neokolokoba National Park. So that is what I went with. However, hartebeests of pretty much all varieties do prefer open areas, so they'll have their own little migration route out in the savannah, um, and it might go into the really really open areas too. So yeah, definitely gonna be a bit different from the elands. All right. Next question, and actually the last one for this video. Why is Into the Jungle being prioritized over Mosaic Survival? So, for those who haven't watched my last video, that is indeed the case. Um, so the answer to that, it's quite a few factors. I won't lie, but I'll try to keep it as simple as I can. Um, what it comes down to is that when I'm working on Into the Jungle, I feel a certain sense of passion and creative freedom that trumps anything that I feel when working on Mosaic Survival. Maybe this is just because Mosaic Survival has been more or less my only focus for the past few months, and I've pretty much been on studio almost 24/7, just constantly having to fix like issues that come up almost every time I play the game, just because it is in such early stages. Especially when new features get added, oftentimes issues come with them. So, I won't lie, that's not a lot of fun. Just, constantly trying to bug test, even when I'm trying to host like a realism session, for example. And it's just like, oh, yeah, look, there's another bug, right? Or like, oh, there's a glitch that almost breaks the whole game. So, oftentimes they can be fixed, but you know, sometimes it does take quite a while to find the cause of it, even if it is a relatively, simple thing. And I get that that's kind of just game development as a whole. In a nutshell, is it's just that. But I think, just because, again, I have been working on pretty much nothing but Mosaic Survival for a pretty long time now. I have gotten pretty bored of it, and uh, again, I am just a lot more passionate about Into the Jungle. In fact, let's not forget that Mosaic Survival, the real reason that it exists is to raise funds from Into the Jungle, right? So ultimately, as you can probably tell, that is where my head's at. So yeah, definitely gonna work a lot on that. Um, when I'm adding NPC animals, though, I can kind of add them to both games because they are largely the same. Like, for those who aren't aware, the eland that you see in Mosaic Survival was originally made for Into the Jungle. However, you know, I decided to kind of script it for Mosaic Survival first, just to see how, Predator players could interact with them and how they could move around the environment. And so far, that's all been going really great. So, I actually have already pasted that all into the jungle. So, you know, those guys are in. Harder Beast will be in. So on and so forth. So I can use what I've made for Mosaic Survival for a lot of things that'll be added to Into the Jungle. So when I'm adding those sorts of things that kind of apply to both games, that's when you'll see updates to both, or progress for both, rather, because Into the Jungle is not really out yet, so it doesn't really make sense to call it an update. But yeah, um, all right. I guess that's gonna be it for this video. So, if you guys have enjoyed, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. So until then, take care, peace out, and goodbye. Goodbye, everybody.